Right, this is for Chris of On My 78s. He said he wanted to have a look inside of my jukebox, and I don't know how much you wanted to know about how it works or anything, but I'll keep this short as possible because I'm sure you don't want me rambling. This is a 1966 Wurlitzer 3100. It's part of the 3000 series. The first one obviously being the Wurlitzer 3000, which was the very last jukebox in the Wurlitzer range that you could see the records playing. After that, it's all hidden away, you can't see it. The next model along is the 3200, which is called the Americana 2. This is the Americana, then you got the Americana 2, then the Americana 3, can't even speak. I prefer the 3000 and I prefer the 3200 to look at, but they're both exactly the same inside. The only difference is the 3000 is a lot not so wide. It has 6 speakers in this. It's got 2 mid-range, 2 tweeters and 2 12-inch bass speakers. The one bass speaker is 8 ohms and the other one is 16. The mid-range are replacements because I had an accident when I was doing it up, and so are the tweeters. So, but it sounds brilliant. It sounds okay. My best friend Clive, he's helped me out such a lot with a lot of things. He's done the amplifier. We built the amplifier because the amplifier was needed doing. My other friend Simon Cooper works at the jukebox shop Lie. He did the mech for me. I did get it going, but unfortunately a lot of the coils had burnt out, so he had to do those for me. And about 2 years he did the top mech because that had never been touched, so that's all been done. I bought this about 15 years ago. It was built for the British market. It was exported to the British market, and it was originally, it had a sticker inside saying it belonged to one of the working men's club down in Crawley, but I actually bought it from somebody in South Yorkshire for 150 quid, and it looked like it being chucked off the back of a lorry. It was in a state, and I spent, although Clive was very kind and didn't charge me, I had to pay Simon obviously to do the work, and I've done bits and pieces, like I've had all this re-chromed. That was about £100. This was about £150 to have this re-chromed. It had repro buttons already bought for it. I've had decals redone, and also on here all this is being redone. All the rest is all original. Speaker grills I've replaced. I've got the original picture that would have gone in there. It was on decimal, pre-decimal coinage, which I hadn't got, so I've converted it to quarters. So now you just put a proper quarter in, and it'll give you, this is the play rack. This determines how many plays you get per coin drop. I only do quarters at the minute, so you get 7 plays per quarter, and you can adjust it up and down. Every time you make a selection, that energizes and just takes one off, 1 credit off each time. It's I say simple, as if I know what I'm talking about. You pop your quarter in. Obviously, it operates the this operates the coin. Not the coin bank. Oh, look at me. The button bank. So you just press the button, and off it goes. It must have had another credit in it. I'll take that off. So anyway, you had an option here for there was a push bar button here you could have had for the top tunes button. And if you put like something like $1 in, you pressed it, it played about 5 top tunes of the day, which are already loaded into the machine. But I haven't got that option. It also has an option of playing large or small centre holes. In America, the small centre hole would have been EP, extended play, played at 33 RPM. This was never fitted because you need extra equipment inside it to make it play 33 RPM, solenoids and relays and all that. So it was never fitted, so that's how it is. That's the actual button underneath the button bank. It all comes off. You can all take it apart. Every time you make a selection, you'll see a light inside the box light up, and then it activates the mechanism underneath. I've resprayed all this and blue. That's the original blue. That's the original blue. That's what I've sprayed it, and I've painted all inside the cabinet. I've redone all the numbers. Those have all been redone. That's all been done, re-cleaned. What else? And that's it. You can switch the mechanism off using this lever, and that allows you to move the records around if you need to while it's still playing. You can switch the mechanism off for any reason, so you can press the buttons as much as you like and nothing will happen. Right round the back. Hold down, this is the actual mechanism inside, the top part. There's only two motors on this machine. There's the motor here for obviously the turntable, and then you've got another motor which you can just about see. I pointed out to you there. That also moves the carousel round, and when it makes the selection, it reverses the motor, and then it lifts the. These are the arms that lift the record up. So quickly, how it works: when you make a selection, it energizes the solenoid in the button bank so you can make selections and hold the buttons down. These are the relays here that determine whether it's if it's A or B. Then you've got this here. It's all solenoids and catches, so every time you make a selection, a solenoid will hit that, which will pop up a button. I don't know if you saw that. I'll just redo that again. So pop that down. So as it makes a selection, pops up, it starts the mechanism off, and as the mechanism goes round, this is because the inside's A's and the outside's B's. As soon as it hits that, it's a reversing switch. The reversing switch is there, and that turns the motor the other way, which lifts the arm up, lifts the record up. That pushes down, and that cancels just like that. So what I'll do is I'll turn the motor back on. Hang on a minute, and I'll show you how it's done. So hang on. Right, I'll turn this back on. What I'll do is I'll operate this switch. There you go. Pushes it back down, moves slightly forward, and then the mechanism starts. That's the amplifier. Clive's still got the panel that fits there, which tells you which is the bass and treble controls and all the rest of it. You could have a PA kit fitted to it if you wanted, if you had a factory or something like that and you needed an PA system. What else can I tell you? You've got all options for speaker options here. The top A is the loudest, going all the way down to D, which is the quietest. You also have the option here, which you can just about see. If I get my finger out of the way, just there. That's for speaker output as well, but that's a 70-volt line, and basically that you could run long runs of cable, like hundreds and hundreds of meters long, and it would be able to run speakers, I don't know, 800-900 yards away, something like that, even a mile away, I suppose. So you could have, you know, depending where it was set up. You've got the counters here, which tells you how many times the record's been played. These are the only things I haven't touched. They are original as and as. I'm not that bothered, to be honest, to take it all apart. It's a nightmare. What else can I tell you? I lost that spring the last time I took it apart. I had to order a new one. That shot off at nearly 90 miles an hour, nearly ripped my fingers off. You have to be careful, it's under high tension. I've got a cloth bag, which in there to collect all the coins. So it's got the original, no, it's got a reproduction cloth bag in there. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it, really. I've only just managed to finish completing it. I'm not going to do any more to it now. It is as is. They're not worth that much because they're not that desirable. This machine is. I've just. But anyway. Well, as you can tell, I need a new starter on it.